They come from the vastness of space. Their mission, to turn our world into a dance floor.
Begin expedition. Scanning communications. Discovering sound patterns. Drum patterns recognized.
And the bassline.
Melody frequency response detected.
All these elements come together in a state of trance. Here's your host, Armin van Buuren.
Oui, quelle est belle, belle la vie, quand chaque jour est fait de ton sourire. Oh, donne-moi la main et on dansera toujours dans mon On dansera toujours dans mon cœur.
Bonjour à toi. Bienvenue sur le podcast A State of Trance. That's my best French. Luckily I had Cindy Alma to record this new French version of Beautiful Life. I hope you like it. Welcome, I'm Armin van Buuren, and this week I have some great new tunes for you by Max Graham, relocated Robert Nickson, Eximinds and Jorn van Deynhoven. But first, taken from Max Graham's brand new compilation CD, Cycles 5. Here is Solid Stone with For the Moment.
www.astateoftrance.com.
State of Trance podcast. Thank you for your emails. Armin at astateoftrance.com. Happy birthday to Michael Cole from the States and Holly Kessler from Fort Collins, Colorado. Shouts out to her brother-in-law, Greg, who lives in Fort Lauderdale, and he makes time to DJ every weekend as well, working hard. Nathan Hayward from Australia. Shouts out to Jaco, G, and a very special mention to Moz. He writes that the radio show, the podcast, and everything else got him through a very long road trip. Talking about a long road trip, the State of Trance 650 celebrations are bound to start in a little bit. I will play you the official theme song by Jorn van Deynhoven.
Podcast with your host, Armin van Buuren.
play the original mix of this throughout the whole of last year in my sets, and Mark Sherry took the tracks to another level. Max Graham's Evil ID. As voted by the listeners of A State of Trance, here is New Horizons by Jorn van Deynhoven. Deynhoven. That reminds me, I would like to know what your horizon looks like. Send me a picture on Twitter or Facebook. Use the hashtag MyHorizon followed by your city, and we'll upload it to the State of Trance Facebook. For more information about the live broadcast of the State of Trance 650 celebrations, head over to astateoftrance.com. See you next week for a new podcast.
Mission complete. Stopping frequency scan.
Thanks for tuning in this week. To listen again, please visit armindradio.com or check the podcast. And please don't forget to vote for your favorite track of the past 2 hours on astateoftrance.com. A State of Trance returns next week.
End of transmission.
To make some noise.